Welcome back to another Warhammer the Old World Battle Report. Today we have me playing the Kingdoms of Bretonnia versus my friends Orcs and Goblins, Grand Army list, not the Nomadic Wog. Run you quickly through my list. We're playing pitch battle. I have one unit of 3 Pegasus Knights with the Banner of Chalon, so no stand and shoot. Elise Duchard, unit of 6 Knights of the Realm with a first knight, a Duke with the Virtue of Heroism, and Syrian's Locket and the Gromwell Greathelm, and then 8 Knights of the Realm with a War Banner, 5 Grail Knights with a Falconhorn, and then 10 Skirmishing Archers, and this is a 1750 list. And then the Orcs and Goblins, we have 2 units of Squig Hoppers on the flanks, 1 giant squig, is that what they're called? Something like that. 2 units of 20-ish Night Goblins with 2 Fanatics, 1 big unit of I think 16 Black Orcs, a Black Orc on a Wyvern with the Effigy of Mork, so -1 to hit in combat, and Troll Pants, and then a Troll Princess with the Talisman of Protection, and then a single River Troll, and then there is a Goblin level 4 Shaman on a Flying Carpet, and another Goblin War Boss on a Cave Squig with the Backstabber's Blade. So yeah, playing pitch battle, pretty boring deployment. He's got his infantry grouped in the center, monsters around it. I wasn't really sure what I was doing here, so the Pegasus Knight sort of went down last, and I'm just going to try and see if I can get some multi-flank charges in on his infantry blocks or characters. As the game goes on, he has no magic missiles. His only ranged spell was Foot of Gork, and yeah, no shooting. So I do actually have the shooting advantage. Elise has Wind Blast and Burning Gaze, and the regeneration enchantment. So I do sort of have more range shooting than him, but it's not very much. So the Bretonians pray for the lady, so the orcs go first. And see, I forgot to take a picture of the orc turn, but basically they just moved up a bit. These Squig Hoppers came up here, and things just pushed forward. Nothing much happened. I think he cast Foot of Gork, and then it didn't touch me, and then I dispelled it. So then this is the Bretonian turn. My lances shuffle a bit. The Pegasus Knights, like this, what is this thing called? The giant, anyways. The giant squig, because of its 3d6 charge, it has the potential to long bomb it into the Pegasus Knights, and the Squig Hopper, because they're random move, if I charge 1 and I get stuck here, the other unit's going to be able to easily random move into me, even if I get out of their line of sight. So I decided this wasn't a good fight for the Pegasus Knights. Move them over to the center. The Green Knight appeared in this wood and then made his charge into the Squig Hoppers, who they had a champion, so he issued a challenge. He killed the champion and made them fall back in good order, and then he followed up. This guy has magic weapon, so the Green Knight's a little bit scared of him, but he also I think I can win that fight when he inevitably bounces into me. So then going into Orcs and Goblins turn 2, that's what happens. This War Boss, Night Goblin War Boss, charges the Green Knight. I challenge him. I do 2 wounds to him. He does no wounds to me, and so they both units, I guess, fall back in good order, and I pursue the war boss. This troll gets his troll hag has the +2 movement spell, so this troll is then movement 8, so it marches 16 inches up here and stands in a very awkward spot, more awkward than I realized at first. And yeah, his random movers came closer. He's getting pretty close to releasing fanatics. The Bretonnian turn, so I'll go back for a second. So what happens is I declared a charge with this lance onto this single troll, but because this lance is here, Grail Knights, when I can't align to him, so he aligns to me, and that causes these guys to be a disordered charge, so it blunts the lance. So I don't get all my attacks, and I end up in a weird spot. And yeah, this lance I sent into the this unit of Night Goblins. I thought I had a chance to, with Forest Charge, I take away the rank bonus, and I thought there was a chance that I could get them to fall back in good order, get pinned sort of in this back corner, and then even if I lose these guys to some of these random movement units, at least they're back here and not coming towards me, pressuring me. But yeah, I only killed 3 or 4 goblins, and because of the war bosses, so I took away, first charge takes away the rank bonus, which takes away their warband bonus, but because of the Black Orc here giving them his leadership 9, and I think I won combat by 5, but he rolled a 4, so he just gave ground, which leaves these knights in a very bad spot. And that's what happened. So turn 1 and turn 2, I failed to blow the falcon horn. I rolled a 10 or something both times. So his wyvern is free to fly around and charge things. So that's why I've backed up my Pegasus Knights. The Duke charged the Squig Hoppers, killed them all, overran and reformed to put him in a position to threaten the monsters and get the charge on them. My Knight Lance, so it's blunted against the troll. No one does any wounds, and the troll, what happens? I guess it falls back in good order, and I think I chose to restrain because I was worried about getting into range of the wyvern and the troll princess. And then the Green Knight did 2 more wounds to the war boss, and then is reformed. And the Grail Knights just sort of wiggled their way up a little bit. So this is going okay. I would have liked to have done a wound to the troll with my charging unit of knights, but what can you do? Sometimes lances are made out of rubber. So the free to charge, free to fly war boss then decides to roll double 1s on his charge, a 1 on his swift stride, and then he had Here We Go from the mage, so he got 3 inches, but it was not quite enough for him to get into this unit of knights. I'd chosen to I think I countercharged with them, so I was even closer, because I thought, maybe I just held with them. I figured the knight could die, and then my duke here can flank charge the wyvern, and I'd have the static combat res from the the knights, so I'd be pretty happy actually getting that fight. But it didn't happen because he failed his charge. The troll has just rallied and turned around, standing in an awkward position. Other troll turned, as looking at my characters. The giant squig has went into the side of the knights and killed all but one of them that ran away. And then the squig hoppers moved up on the flank. Arcane Backlash from Elise caused a wound to the goblin level 4, which is nice, although because he is on the flying carpet and most of his spells are buffs, so he can just sort of stay out of, he doesn't need to come into range of my dispel. So I didn't find that her dispel ability was having that much effect. The Mangler Squig, that's what it's called. So yeah, not a ton happening in this turn for the Orcs and Goblins. I'm set up to probably put in some good charges. I think this is the same picture. So what happens is the Pegasus Knights, they get the blessing from the lady, the regeneration save. They charge the troll. These knights backed up and the ground knights backed up a bit, and my plan was to kill the troll with the Pegasus Knights, overrun a long distance and end up over here. And what happened is I think they rolled a total of a 4 for their overrun with the Swift Stride, so they've reformed. The Lone Knights continued to run away because he needs double ones to rally. The Green Knight charged the Night Goblins, which was a terrible idea because I think he maybe killed one, and then because of their rank, maybe he killed a couple, but because of their rank bonuses, they can't do anything to him. But he lost combat by 2, so took 2 wounds and gave ground. He definitely should have gone into the Troll Hag instead, which can't hurt him. The Duke made a long charge into the Wyvern, and they each did 1 wound to each other. Because of the effigy, I -1 to hit him, and we're both weapon skill 7, so I'm hitting on 4s and then 5s with the effigy. So I actually rolled quite well, but didn't get a 6 to monster slay him. And so what happened? Maybe he gave ground because I had a flank charge. But yeah, not really expecting the Duke to do a bit more. But I think he rolled with monster, I don't know. Virtue of Heroism I'm no longer very pleased with. It's just a lottery of whether you can roll a 6 or not. So the Wyvern now wins this fight and does 2 wounds to the Duke and forces him to give ground, or I think he uses Stubborn to fall back in good order. The Goblins turn out. Oh, see, I've lost when the Fanatics have come out. His Fanatics haven't really done anything yet this game. I think this unit released theirs earlier. This unit has released theirs now. Foot of Gork is down. His random movers are coming over. The Troll Princess has charged the Pegasus Knights who have countercharged. That's really the main thing going on. And I think because of their... Oh, he rolled the one where you do... Oh, the template. And he the two Pegasus knights that were partially hit, he didn't hit them, so it just did one high strength, high AP wound to this knight, who saved it on the Blessing of the Lady, so he did no wounds. And I think I did a couple wounds to him, so I think he ended up giving ground, and or he maybe fell back in the, no, it's unbreakable. So he gave ground, and I think I maybe failed to restrain, so I had to follow up, so I'm not going to get lances next turn. So that's what happened. The Grail Knights then charged into the flank, and I think did some more wounds to her, forced her to give ground again, and they have restrained this time. But the Pegasus Knights, I think, I don't know, have followed up to keep her pinned in there. Elise is backed off over here, is no longer in the picture. Is that the right turn? And this must be my turn. Yeah, after my turn. Okay. So the Grail Knight has charged in to get a flank bonus into the Wyvern. Also probably not a great idea, but it doesn't help. The Duke is killed by the Black Orc. He actually just kills him. And then he's stuck there fighting the Green Knight. And Elise uses her magic missiles, shoots off the unit of Swig Hoppers, and I think he'd actually release his two Fanatics, and she used Burning Gaze to kill them off, which worked out really well. So the Wyvern finishes off the Green Knight. The Troll Hag has killed another Pegasus Knight, and his units are getting closer. Then this turn, the Grail Knights finally managed to kill the Troll Hag, and then they reformed into open order, or closed order, getting ready for to be charged. This is when she used, so Elise again used Wind Blast to kill the giant squig, and then this is when she used Burning Gaze to kill another Fanatic that was sort of over here. The Green Knight charged the unit of Night Goblins and rolled high on his random d6 number of attacks, killed a bunch of them, and then they rolled high and he ran them down, which was very lucky. And so we sort of had to call it here, but basically the Wyvern came into the Grail Knights, they challenged, they gave ground of stubborn, and there's not really anything else I can do here to try and tip the game in my favor, so it ended up being a minor win to the Orcs and Goblins. We both have our wizards. I have a combat character. He has his general, but he has killed my general, the Duke. The Grail Knights and the Black Orcs are a similar points value, and so are the Knights of the Realm and the Goblins, but a 100-point loss of my general has really tipped the score in his favor. And so, yeah, I've submitted this list. I submitted this list before playing this game for a little 3-round tournament that's happening. I think all the units are good. I didn't love how the list played. Elise is a good dispeller, but her spells don't really help the rest of the army like I'm used to level 4s doing. And then I think my lance configuration isn't the best. The knights just don't really do that much, so I'd almost rather, I think, a third really cheap lance, 5-man lance, just to act more as heavy chaff. And then, yeah, the Falcon Horn failed, I think, 3 turns in a row, the first 3 turns of the game. I failed to get it off. So it felt very underwhelming, but that's just luck. So yeah, I'm not feeling super excited about playing this list. We'll see if it does better on the weekend. And yeah, thanks for watching. I think, what could I have done better? Yeah, I think throwing this lance away into the Night Goblins was a mistake. I needed to try and get more combined charges in, but because of his random movement units, I have to be really careful charging anything other than them. Because if I charge into his blocks, and even if he falls back in good order, it's easy for those random movers to just come sideways into me. And these monsters mixed in here are a problem as well for getting the counter charge after I've pushed a block back. So yeah, I think it's a really good Orcs and Goblins list. And I think I almost need to just try and pick off the supporting units and just leave the blocks and hopefully the fanatics alone, and not rely on my Duke to kill the Wyvern. Hopefully the Horn just keeps it grounded all game and I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's an interesting learning game. First time I played the Bretonians, I think, once before in a battle report, but this was my first time sort of with a more coherent army. So yeah, they were fine. I thought they'd be more similar to my High Elves, which I normally run quite a bit of cavalry anyways, but they felt more different than I was expecting. I think just the generally lower weapon skill and initiative and not having a dragon is something that I'm going to have to get used to. So thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully have 3 more battle reports ready to go after the weekend. All right. Hopefully see you again soon. Bye.